Hey, hey, hey! Welcome to Inky Muse Books. I'm Sasha B, and today I will be doing the YouTube Newbie book tag. Nobody tagged me, I'm just doing it because I want to. So let's just hop right in. And the first question is, why start this channel? So, um, essentially, I've been like thinking about doing like a booktube or a book talk or some type of social media around books. And I haven't because I've been struggling with imposter syndrome. We're like this. And this is kind of me breaking out of that imposter syndrome and really talking to people who are interested in talking about books or interested in talking about anything, because as Black women we could be multifaceted, we can talk about anything. So this is just a space for me kind of to talk and, I don't know, follow a journey of my reading and how I grow. Over the past like year or so, I've been considering myself a literary historian. Nobody's told me that I'm one. I've just been real interested in the stories that Black Americans or African Americans have written, and especially ones that are out of print or just were written so long ago that we just don't know where they went or what happened to them. So part of that is like me just wanting to find and read and consume as much, I guess, historical, not historical fiction, but like uh books. Like I just want to read books specifically by Black women, but I mean I also read books by Black men. So the second question, I don't know what that was, a brain block. The second question is, what do you bring, or what are some fun and unique things you bring, I guess, to BookTube? And I think I just bring, I don't want to say normalcy, but just like that kind of like homegirl. Uh, we chilling, we vibing, we reading. Um, like I feel sometimes you get book recommendations from people that are kind of wrapped in social media and their life is social media, so they're constantly referring to same books or just try to do things for like a viral moment. I'm not trying to go viral. I just want to talk about books. So I'll just be talking about things that interest me. And if you vibe with the things that interest me, great. If you don't, that's fine. We can have a civil discourse or not. I don't care. So I think I just bring like my opinions, my background, my thoughts, my fashion, just who I am. I think that's a good enough answer. I don't know why I wrote down answers, because I'm none of the answers that I've wrote down are like the ones that are coming out of my mouth when I'm answering the questions. So we'll just vibe with that. What am I most excited about for my new channel? I think what I'm most excited about is about building a community. So to me, Inky Muse Books has been something that has been like growing in my mind for years, and always at the center of this thought was a safe place for Black women to come together and relate and conversate. I know that's not a word, but on this channel, we gonna be using Ebonics, AAVE, words that aren't words. I can't help it. But like I really just always wanted to have like a community specifically for us to exist. And so to me, Inky Muse, a YouTube channel, is a place for us to exist and kind of share back and forth. I hope to grow my YouTube channel. I don't know exactly what that will look like, but I do have dreams for Inky Muse as just a whole. So I'm excited because this is me taking my first actual step to like actualizing the things that have been in my mind for years. Oh, that was good deep. Okay. Um, why do I love reading? So the cliche answer is that I love reading because it allows me to explore different worlds. Girl, I talk with my hands, so I can't help it. It allows me to explore like different worlds and different perspectives, and I kind of like being inside people's heads, like understanding the steps or the thought process that it took for them to make a decision or to make a move. So I kind of like that. But the, I guess, more realistic answer, or like also two things could be true. So that's true. But then also, like, when I was growing up, my dad really like drove reading into the ground, like into the dirt, girl. So I didn't really watch TV a lot because he always was like, just read a book. Oh, you bored? Read a book. You busy? You doing something you ain't supposed to be doing? Read a book. So I always was reading books. So now that I'm an adult, I've kind of gone back to like doing some of the things that brought me joy as a kid, and one of those things is reading books. So I think that's why I love reading. I just like, it's kind of just a part of me, and I like it. So, um, what books or series got you into reading? I don't think that there was a specific book or series that got me into reading, but I do remember one of the earliest books that I've ever read was this book about a fisherman. I don't know the name of it. I don't know anything about this book. I can remember walking into the bookstore, seeing this book and getting this book, and I don't know where this book went. But if you know a book that was maybe published in the 90s, mid 90s to late 90s, about a fisherman who was funky. That's all I know, is he was a funky fisherman. I don't know nothing else. He was a funky fisherman. The artistry of the book, or the artist did a great job on the book, but I can't tell you anything. It's like, it was one of my favorite childhood books. I don't remember anything, but that's pretty much how I read books now. Like, I be mixing stories. So that would be one of the first books that I just like read and kind of was like, oh, this is so cool. Like, this funky ass fisherman. Can I cuss? I don't know. I'll be watching all types of stuff. I don't know if I can cuss on YouTube. I think I can. I'm gonna go with that. The second book that kind of got me into reading more so is, I remember when Harry Potter came out, and it was like this really cool experience that we were having at school, especially like as the movie started coming out. So I just like grew up reading Harry Potter. As I like went to college, I got out of reading because, girl, I was reading academically. I did not have time to be around here reading books just for the fun of it. But after I graduated, it actually took me some time to like come back to reading. It's almost like I forgot about the outlet that reading provided me. I would say like maybe 2020. I had a kid in December. Oh, don't be telling my baby's business. But I had a kid, and I was kind of like trying to juggle being a new mom and the world falling apart. And I was like, what can I do? So I started reading again. And one of the first books that I read that kind of brought me, I guess, out of a 5-10 year reading slump there were two books that were just like, girl, you got to get more. You got to read more. The first book was Monday's Not Coming. Tiffany D. Jackson. Your last name ain't Williams. Jackson. If we ever meet and once I'm done crying, we need to have a conversation, because, girl, why you be doing me like that? I won't tell you much about Monday's Not Coming, but I will tell you that it's about a girl named Monday, and the whole book you trying to figure out if Monday's coming or Monday done went. And it pisses me off. I feel like Tiffany D. Jackson does this a lot. It pisses me off. I don't like what seems to me undone books, like undone endings. And Tiffany always does it, but I love to like build up to the ending, and then it gets to the ending and I'll be mad. And I'll be mad for like a week. But needless to say, that was one of the books that I was just like, where's Monday? I probably just yelled in your ear. I'm so sorry. We're gonna do I need to do a Tiffany D. Jackson video just alone, because we need to talk about all that is her and all that is she. So we'll get to that. But the second book is The Children of Blood and Bone by Tony Adeyemi. And I just love that book. Like for the longest, or not the longest, but I had kept hearing people say like it's the Black Harry Potter. To me, it's not the Black Harry Potter. To me, it's something so much more. That's just the piece. That's the sentence. It's something so much more to me. Like, it's a beautiful, but also like terrible. Like they was doing some things. So essentially, Zelly is the protagonist, and she is from we're going to call them a marginalized group, because I read this book years ago and I do not remember everything. But basically, her people had magic, and the king that is currently ruling over their land and his monarchy or whatever basically stripped them of their magic in brutal ways. And so Zelly gets some type of inclination. Again, I don't remember all these books. I just remember that I like them. But she gets some type of inclination, like she needs to bring the magic back to her people. And she needs to be the one to do it. Girl, we gonna pray for you, girl, because that's a heavy thing to be holding. So she goes on a journey to bring back the magic. However, the king sends his son, like, basically to stop Zelly, like, regardless of whatever. Like, he could do whatever as long as he stops her. Enan. I think his name's Enan. But as they are, like, kind of doing this cat and mouse thing, they just start discovering things and finding out things, and they both just like, do we need to bring back the magic? Do we don't need to bring back the magic? Who's magical? Who's not magical? How are you doing this? How am I doing what? Girl, I loved it. I thought it was cute. I do wish though, like, I understand that y'all be writing these young adult books for young adults, and I'm no spring chicken, but I wish that some of the young adult, like, science fiction, fantasy books that I read or read were for adults. Because sometimes that chemistry be chemistry in, and I need a little more razzle dazzle. I ain't saying they gotta go all out butt cheeks and be naked, but just a little, like, because you could feel it. The chemistry be thick. So I got all off topic, but now you got that. So, question number 7. Oh, no, question number 6. I'm skipping. What questions do you have for your favorite booktubers? The questions I have are more so like, like, one, do you film what you love to film? Like, do you film what you like to film, or do you film what does good? Like, or what people watch? To me, I think this is just going to be a place where I film what I like to film, because until YouTube starts sending me some money, or like if publishers start sending me books, y'all gonna be getting them sponsored posts. But I think I want to keep some type of organic. I want to keep some type of organic feeling. Like, I want to be excited about filming and excited to share, like, the books I'm reading and what I'm doing. So maybe that won't be a question for them, like, because, girl, I think I already have, like, I want to stand by, like, this organic feeling that I have. But my other question, right, is more so along, like, book personalization. Because y'all, okay, how do y'all be annotating? I cannot annotate to save my behind. So I just want to know, like, do you literally sit down at the table and be highlighting and making notes and doing all that, and it be pretty? So how do you do that? Or do you, like, doggy ear the page or put a bookmark in there and, like, come back later and, like, then you annotate? Like, are you in the moment cozy, chilling, annotating or not annotating, or do you come back to it later and annotate? For me, I'm a Virgo, so I want it all to be perfect. I want my lines to be straight. I want, if I put a little star, a little sticker, whatever, I want it to be perfect. Like, I don't want to have to think about it while I'm reading, because I'm in the story. I am the protagonist. So I guess that would be my question. Is like, how are you annotating your books, or like, when are you annotating your books? My second story is more so for, like, people that, like, do like personalize their books. And there are videos about this, but I want a real person, because if I mess up one of my books trying to spray the edges of my book, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after whoever's video I watched that told me to do it and I did it the wrong way, even if it was my fault. So I want to know specifically, like, how do I paint or spray the edges of my books, and like make them look cool? Because I probably would personalize all my books to me. My third question might be a little, I don't think a booktuber could answer it. It might be more of like a book, like a book retailer, but I want to get like a book stamp, but I also want to make it. Like, I want to make my own book stamp. And I mean, not the stamp that you like, I mean like the metal embosser. I want to make my own book embosser. So do I need a 3D printer to like, I could get one at the library. Y'all are underutilizing your libraries. Your libraries, some of them, have embroidery machines. Girl, if you want to make an embroidery business, you better start that business and use that library embroidery machine. They have Cricuts. I have a Cricut though, but they have Cricuts where you can make little t-shirts or whatever. I did not make this t-shirt, Target did, so hey. But they have like all these resources for you to like make things and create things. So if they have a 3D printer, you could, I'm thinking I could probably print my embosser, because I want to emboss my books. I don't want to stamp them. So that's, I should probably cut that, but I don't know. Whatever. We're going to keep it because this is just straight through flying. Okay. Number 7, what challenges do you think starting a YouTube or a Booktube will be the hardest to overcome? Consistency is key. So staying consistent, doing what I need to do, posting videos, editing videos, like doing everything that I need to do to, not to feed the beast, but kind of like to keep the dialogue going, right? Because I feel like YouTube is a dialogue. So if I'm posting videos, the only way they're going to get commented on and watched is if I'm consistently posting them. I don't know who does this, but when I watch a YouTube video, I go to the person's YouTube page to see if there's other videos that I want to watch, especially for like Booktube. Like I'm gonna, boop, am I gonna put her name here? I don't know, because I don't know how to do all that. But if I learn how to do it, her name will be here. But she reads books, of course. But I like her content. Like, I like it a lot. And I use it a lot. Like, I don't even know her name, but I just go to her page a lot. I just go to my history and like find her page. Am I a subscriber? I might be a subscriber. I need to figure out this woman's name. But I like to see what they're posting because their opinion matters to me. So, but I hate when I like find a video or a person that has done a video and I love it. Like, I love the vibe. I love everything. And I'm like, ooh, let me get more of this. And then I go to their page and they post since 2013. I'm like, girl, where are you? And then I go to like Instagram or somewhere to try to find them on social media just to see if they're posting elsewhere besides YouTube. And then they still ain't there. And I just like, I feel like I lost a friend. So, staying consistent, but also like not allowing imposter syndrome to stop me from doing things that I want to do. So on this page, you're bound to get a little bit of everything. I love doing crafts, so you're bound to get some crafts. I low-key enjoy being a mother, so you might get some mothering stuff. I don't know. For the most part, you're going to get books. Like, it's just me and my personhood booking it out. But there's other things that I'm interested in, and I'm interested in sharing that with other women. So here we are. 8, when did you start reading? I was a terrible reader. Like, I can remember elementary school, they used to do like summer, you used to have to go to school, not summer school, but like summer enrichment programs. And I was always in the summer enrichment programs for reading and math. Like, I just thought I was a dumb bunny. But my dad got me hooked on phonics, and I was hooked on phonics for a bit. But once I figured out the phonics, and again, him constantly kind of like driving, like, oh, get a book. Oh, get a book. Oh, you bored? Get a book. You stubbed your big toe? Get a book. Your brother's gone for the weekend? Get a book. Your mom's cooking dinner, get a book. Like everything was get a damn book. So I always had a damn book. So I feel like I was destined to be a reader. I mean, my dad was a reader. He didn't really watch TV. And I think that's one of the things that I got from him was that like just joy of being in someone else's story and kind of just gaining more knowledge and information from my books. Um, so it's hard for me to like pinpoint when I actually started reading. I definitely was like reading well or reading what I wanted to by myself by like third grade. So I was 8. Um, but that's, I mean, if we talk about leisurely, like as an adult when I started reading, it was really during COVID. Like before COVID, I read, but I was probably reading like 1 to 2 books a year, just kind of like I was raw dogging life. So I was kind of just kind of vibing with life, not really doing much. COVID, again, like I told you guys, I had a child like right before COVID started. And it was just hard, like being indoors. I wasn't at work. And then I had a baby and I was just like, girl, you need to like fill your mind with something or fill your time with something. So I had started doing puzzles and reading books. And then after I started reading books, or I like went through the stage where I had like insomnia real bad. And I was on my phone a lot. Like I was up in the middle of the night. My phone was like, girl, you've been on me for 16 hours a day, 20 hours a day. And I'm like, girl, you don't get no rest because I ain't got nothing else to do. So I had the genius idea to buy a nightlight. And I just started reading books. When I couldn't sleep, I would read books and kind of help me kind of lull myself into sleep or calm my mind and my anxieties down to go to sleep because I do experience anxiety. I don't have anxiety. I experience anxiety at certain times in my life, and it interrupts my sleep because I'm a sleepy weepy and I need my sleep. So I started reading to kind of like calm myself down and like go to sleep. And then now here I am starting a booktube. So yeah. Where do I read? You're looking at it, babes. You're looking at it. I love this little corner of my couch and I like ball up here and get some blankets and I just read until I can't read anymore. Like I just read however I feel. I'm old, so let me move my legs. But generally, this is where I sit to read my books and just chill out. I can read anywhere though. I read outside. I read on the beach. I read at work. I read anywhere. I can't think of one place that I don't read. Maybe like the library. I know that sounds stupid too, but I don't like reading at the library, but I can read at the bookstore. Ain't no science behind that. It's just crazy. Okay. That was number 9. So number 10, what kind of books do you like to read? I do like to read anything. So I used to read the back of the air freshener in the bathroom. So I'm not as big as like, I don't like reading anything. It's easier for me to say what I don't like to read, but we're going to stick to what I do. We're going to stick to the question. I love reading fantasy. I love reading fantasy books, but they're a little graphic. Sometimes they're a little gory. And especially with like fantasy written by Black people, I always feel like, and this is not, I feel like this is about all fantasy actually. Let's erase that last statement. I feel like fantasy is basically racism, but magical. So some of it just be too heavy for me. So then I started reading like romance to kind of give me a buffer in between all the gore. And I'm in my Lover Girl era. I love reading romance. So I read romance too. I challenged myself this year to read 12 self-help books. I have not read 12, but we ain't at the end of the year yet. So judge your mama. I've read some, but I ain't read 12. So I enjoy some self-help books. Not all of them that I've read have been enjoyable, but I feel like I've gotten something from them. I'm not too big on nonfiction books. I do enjoy having them as like snippets of history almost, but I'm just not like super big on nonfiction books. Like it took me like almost a year to read Becoming by Michelle Obama, and that's because I kept restarting it because I was just like, girl, what are you becoming? You becoming on my nerves is what she was doing. But I love Michelle. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I just didn't even answer the question. Well, I did, but like fantasy, science fiction, dystopian fiction, romance, mystery, young adult. I do have a child, so I read to my kid a lot. Like the stories that they like. I like I like books. Don't give me no like cookbooks or like you know, them little tourist manuals of France where you learn everything about France. I don't want those, but like I pretty much read anything. 11. What does your book collection look like? I'm not going to show you my book collection right now. I knew this was coming up, and I don't know why I did this to myself. So I am trying to revamp my bookcase. So it is under, I keep looking over because I'm looking at it. It's under construction. But my book collection looks black. Well, I mean black, I mean blackety black. Like there's probably 2 traditionally published white authors, maybe 3. Let's under 5. I believe there's 2 though. But yeah, I don't have a lot of like non-colored people on my bookshelves. Now, I do have like some Native American authors. I enjoy um, like Middle Eastern authors. Um, I haven't gotten into. I think I don't have any books by like an Asian author. That's unintentional, and I do plan on. Oh no, I don't know if that counts, but I do plan on like buying more. But right, like my focus for the past like 5 years has been blackifying my book collection. So the authors are black because I'm black and I'm interested in hearing black perspectives on things. And while I'm slowly adding more people of color, more authors of color to my book collection, I still believe that the central theme of my bookcases will be black authors. And I do enjoy like indie authors. So I think it's like black authors, but also indie authors and traditionally published authors as well. All right. Well, if you made it to this point, thank you, because you just watched my first YouTube channel. Oh no, not my YouTube channel, my YouTube video. So you can like it, please subscribe, please. My goal is to create more videos and really just have more conversations about books.